Hi all, today we can discuss about carrier concentration in semiconductors. What are the charge carriers in semiconductors? Electrons and holes. In an intrinsic semiconductor, if the temperature is increased, covalent bonds are broken and electron-hole pairs are generated. The concentration of these charge carriers means the number of charge carrier per unit volume. So in a semiconductor, we can define electron charge concentration and hole charge concentration. It's also called density of charge carriers. In a semiconductor, there are two bands we are considering, conduction band and valence band. Conduction band is filled with electrons and valence band is filled with holes. The number of electrons in the conduction band per unit volume is known as the electron concentration and is denoting by N. And the number of holes in the valence band per unit volume, that is known as the hole concentration and it is denoting by the letter P. It is also known as density of electrons or density of holes. Now, the electron concentration in conduction band and hole concentration in valence band can be determined from the Fermi-Dirac distribution function. We are not going into the derivation. Using Fermi-Dirac distribution function, the electron concentration in conduction band is N is equal to Nc e exponential minus of Ec minus Ef by kT, where Ec corresponding to the energy of conduction band, Ef is the energy of Fermi level, K is Boltzmann constant, T is the absolute temperature, and Nc is a temperature dependent constant. And the hole concentration in valence band is given by P equal to Nv e raised to minus Ef minus Ev by kT, where Ev corresponding to the energy of valence band. Here instead of Nc we have Nv, that is also a constant. This Nc and Nv are called effective density of states. So Nc is the effective density of states in conduction band and Nv is the effective density of state in valence band. They are given by the expression Nc is equal to 2 into 2 pi me star kT by h square all raised to 3 by 2 and Nv is equal to 2 pi mh star kT by h square all raised to 3 by 2, where h is Planck's constant, K is Boltzmann constant, E is temperature. So there is new term here, Me star and Mh star. Me star and Mh star is known as the effective mass of electron and holes respectively, where Me star is the effective mass of electron and Mh star is the effective mass of hole. Now what is the meaning of this effective mass? In a solid, the mass of an electron is assumed to be same as the mass of a free electron. But experimentally, this mass of electron in solid is different from, slightly different from the mass of a free electron. Why it happens? The energy expression E is equal to P square divided by 2m. P is h cross k, so that is h cross k square divided by 2m. So if you take the derivative of this energy with respect to k, dE by dk is equal to h cross square into 2k divided by 2m, that is h cross k square k by m. Now we are taking the second order derivative, d square E by dk square is equal to h cross square divided by m. That is, this m is equal to h cross square divided by d square E by dk square. So from this expression, it is clear that the mass of an electron is inversely proportional to the second order derivative of energy with respect to k. What is this d square E by dk square? If we draw the energy wave vector diagram, the conduction band is in the form of parabola, then d square E by dk square corresponding to the curvature. So that curvature of this Ek curve is different at different points. So the mass of the electron in the solid will depend upon the position of that electron within the band structure. So the mass can vary with respect to the curvature of this band structure, and therefore this variation in mass is denoting as m star and is called the effective mass of electron. So effective mass of electron is inversely proportional to the curvature of this band structure. Now we can see the intrinsic carrier concentration. In an intrinsic semiconductor, the electron concentration and hole concentration are equal. So we can write N equal to P, that is equal to Ni, where Ni is the intrinsic carrier concentration. So If you are taking the product of this electron and hole concentration, we can write it as Ni square. So we can substitute the expression for N and P here. So N is equal to Nc into e raised to minus Ec minus Ef divided by Kt, and Np is equal to Nv e raised to minus Ef minus Ev by Kt. So we can combine the exponential terms there. So that is equal to NCNV e raised to minus, we can take outside, Ec minus Ef plus Ef minus Ev by Kt. So this minus Ef plus Ef will cancel. And what is this Ec minus Ev? Ec is the energy corresponding to the conduction band, and Ev is the energy corresponding to valence band. So Ec minus Ev will be the energy band gap Eg. It is equal to NCNV e raised to minus Ec minus Ev equal to Eg by Kt. Now we can take the product of this Nc and the Nv. So Nc into Nv is 2 into 2, 4 into 2 pi Kt by h square, and 2 pi Kt by h square they are also common. So we can take it as 2 pi Kt by h square all raised to 3 by 2, 2 times, so all raised to 3 into Me star into mh star all raised to 3 by 2 into e raised to minus Eg by Kt. So it's Ni square. We can find out the intrinsic carrier concentration by taking the square root of this. So this become 3 by 2. Here power become 3 by 4. 4 becomes 2. So 2 into 2 pi Kt by h square all raised to 3 by 2. Me star into mh star all raised to 3 by 4. Here on taking square root, 1 by 2 will come, that is e raised to minus Eg by 2 Kt. From this expression, it is clear that the intrinsic carrier concentration depends on the energy band gap and the temperature, and it do not depends upon the Fermi level of the semiconductor. So the intrinsic concentration is independent of Fermi level. The intrinsic concentration has an exponential dependence on the band gap Eg, and it's strongly dependent on temperature. So we can use this expression for the electron and hole concentration in the coming derivation to find out the Fermi energy in intrinsic semiconductor.